My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
I will fuck your white wife is the only part I remember of that. I think it's what I'm Kodak Black and I will fuck your white wife. Album Kodak Black.
Yeah, so I'm drawing a blank now. Fuck. He's like,
I don't know.
My
man.
name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white. And then he's like, why is that? He's like, my name Kodak Black, but
I'll fuck your white wife. I think is what he says.
I'll fuck your white wife. So, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, congratulations. You sat through that, and now we're here. I'm Dakota.
I'm Dylan. Shout out to Kodak Black for that song.
Fucking my white wife. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for fucking my white wife.
Yeah.
And she really...
It didn't even cost me that much, you know? He gave me a discount.
Yeah, I mean... My white wife told me that she's always wanted a Haitian. So, I guess it's all worked out.
Call me Cuckdack Black.
Fuck.
Ah, shit. Alright. Fucking... This week, we're being lazy. No topics, even though we've barely mentioned that we have topics most of the time anyways. So we're just gonna get into stories, and honestly, I don't remember who's going first this time. Is it me? I think it's me.
You wanna do rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna use
Oh wait,
both
I
hands.
forgot. We're supposed to actually also be recording this. I just realized I won't be able to record with my phone and read with it. I'll have to find the stories on the computer for the future. Well, next time. Tomorrow. We'll plan more ahead for this. Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part, to be honest.
Oh no. Oh wait, I took a screenshot of it. It's fine.
Oh no.
Good thing I happened to think ahead. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to re-find my story really quick.
There's a lot of
I guess I guess.
Good thing mine's kind of long.
Unfortunately, no rock paper scissors. Give me a minute.
I mean, shit. I'm gonna play it with myself. I won.
I beat my meat.
About to beat my meat.
I beat it on the street.
I beat it to some quiche. I don't think I've even ever had quiche.
I have. It's not... I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't like big fluffy egg. It reminds me of fluffy. At least the one time or the once or twice I had it, it reminded me of McDonald's eggs, and I really don't fuck with McDonald's eggs.
I don't mind McDonald's eggs.
I don't.
Here I go again.
I don't like the consistency, and it's funny because you don't do it before we record.
Oh no, I was yawning in your car. It was.
Well, yeah, but nice. The whole time we've been sitting in yours, you haven't been, and now
it's
like a thing though. I've heard that from other podcasts and shit. It's a thing.
I feel like you just instantly have to try to use brain power. That's what puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so the story that I found
for genuine stupidity. We really got to make intros for this shit, man.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have done that pre-making podcast.
Pre-podcast making.
But we barely have the time to actually record this shit. So.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, now that I'm technically at a job for the time being, I'm between jobs, as they say.
You are a job.
Yes. I am a lot more free to be able to record, but that's probably not going to last very long because corporations, but...
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. They'll probably be like, hey, I need you now.
I'm pretty sure they literally just got my drug test back and everything today because I got a phone call from the lab yesterday being like, hey, drug test is done. There was weed in your system. I was like, yep.
Yep.
And he was like, when was the last time you used weed? And I was like, two or 3 days ago. Because I lied. It had been like 2 or 3 minutes, hours tops.
I need to ask you a question right now. When was the last time that you injected marijuana?
20 minutes ago, tops.
I can't believe this shit.
It's the only way I can get through a recording, man. I'm sorry.
No.
Thought you were over that, man. I thought you cut the junk.
I thought you transitioned to the holy side. You're still smoking the devil's lettuce.
I actually found my story again relatively quickly. So if you want to actually do the rock, paper, scissors, since you haven't gotten it into yours, let's fucking do it.
Cool. Man. Oh, what?
I have been bested. He rocked my scissors. Nobody can see it, so like it doesn't. I had to, sports announcer mode. And here they are, Jim. They're putting their fists up to the tee. They're banging them 3 times. There they go, out the gate. Quick as lightning. There they go. Dylan has thrown a rock. What will Dakota throw? Oh, he threw scissors. He lost it. Dylan gets to tell the story first.
My favorite part about this whole thing right now, like before even fully reading this again, is that the Reddit thing is r/trees.
What the fuck?
I love it. And
I love it.
It's beautiful. So the story says, I was driving, which I never smoke and drive now. Everybody I know who got caught was smoking and driving. I was on my way to orientation for college about 3 hours away with 2 other buddies of mine. We'll call them S and R.
Sir.
Sir. We had a homemade bong we called the Fiji because it was made from a glass downstem in a 1.5 liter Fiji bottle. That motherfucker ripped hard.
I bet it would.
Oh fuck.
I need to make another bong.
Same. I want to make a bong out of my Casamigos bottle.
I have the stuff to do it. Bring it over and we can do that someday. Or at least attempt to.
Shit, fuck it. I mean, we gotta try.
Worst case, we break the bottle and, oh no, we gotta get a new one and drink it.
So, oh no. So, we decided to bring the Fiji in a zip, he put in quote, parentheses, ounce, of headies on this trip and take bong rips the entire way up. Fucking genius idea, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So we're about an hour and 45 minutes into the trip, and I just got done passing the bong around. I notice a car hauling ass behind me. I look at the top, light bar.
Oh,
Me,
no.
Dude, S, hide the bong. I'm about to get pulled over. S, what? No, you're not, dude. Chill. R, there's a cop on our ass. At this point, S hides the bong between his legs and I put the windows down. Luckily, the sunroof was open and we were exhaling through it after we took the rips.
Alright, you got a little bit of a saving grace there.
A little bit.
Not much, but a little bit.
Lights go on. I pull over. The cop walks up to my car. I hand him my license and information. Cop, do you know why I pulled you over? Me, no clue. Cop, I had you doing 71 and a 55. Me, I thought the speed limit here was 70. Him, no sir, it's not. He goes and runs my tags info, writes me a ticket, tells me to slow down, and leaves. We pull back into traffic, about 5 minutes of dead silence, then me going, I need a fucking bong rip.
Same, bro. Same.
I feel that.
Yo, the only car accident I have ever been in that I caused in my friend's car that I technically stole, it was a big situation. Different story for a different time. I went home and did shrooms after. Because I was like, you know what? Not dealing with that.
You just
drugs.
Out here snitching on yourself.
I mean, he knows.
Oh, okay, that's fair then.
I mean, it was kind of hard to miss. His entire passenger side headlight and fender kind of exploded.
Beautiful.
Like all over the place. Because there was a black fucking Beamer coming down the road with no fucking headlights being driven by some 17-year-old kid.
I don't understand why the fuck people do that shit.
It was like kind of late at night too, so it was like he should have had his headlights on because I didn't see him.
Right.
But I hit his ass end. There's no way I couldn't have missed the headlights. Yeah. I was sober.
It really pisses me off that people drive at night without their lights on. Like, I see so many people in the city do it.
Dude, I can't. That story is nuts though. I walked away from that with no ticket, and I didn't have a license. My permit was barely legal at the time, and a technically stolen car, like literally to the letter legally, that car was stolen. Because the owner had no fucking clue I had it until I called him saying, "Hey man, I'm really fucking sorry. I just got into an accident in your car." Imagine that phone call.
At least you were honest and you called him.
I should have called him beforehand to ask.
Yeah.
For him to tell me no, so none of it would have happened.
Yeah, but...
We needed dish soap. That is literally why I left the house.
Oh my god, you had an accident over dish soap.
Yep. I was having a good-ass day.
It's always the good days that something bad like that happens.
But the cop gave me no ticket, let me drive the car home, which is insane.
Right.
And now that enough is like fucking amazing. But then when you take into account the insurance aspect of everything. So when you get to the insurance part of it, the insurance company could have forced my friend to charge me with Grand Theft Auto. Like, literally, he would have had no choice. But because of our long-standing relationship, because me and him have lived together for like 5 years, and we've been friends for like 8, they let it slide. They just upped his rate like $100 for a year. So I owe him $1,200. Well, no, it's more like 11 or 12. No, or 10 or 11, rather. But still, yeah, no. I still can't get over the fact I walked away from that with not a ticket. Nothing, absolutely no repercussions other than owing my friend a bunch of money.
Yeah, no, that's nuts, honestly.
Because I'm also, like, I told him, I was like, whether I have the money to get it repaired for you or you pay for it first and you have to give me a bill for it, I will make sure your car is fixed one way or the other. Like, whether you're fixing it or me, I will foot the bill for it at the end of the day. And I have 100% plan to, because I'm not a piece of shit. Yeah. I gotta tell a story now, don't I?
I really gotta pee.
That's a bad time.
Yeah.
I didn't really think through chugging that coffee, and not for that reason, because now I have nothing to drink and my throat's kind of already.
I got some water that you can squeeze.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my story is relatively short, so I should be all right. So I was in 2nd or 3rd grade. I was getting off the school bus and was walking around the other side of the driveway. Suddenly, the bus driver hits the horn, scared the hell out of me, and I stopped at the edge of the front of the bus of the dump truck, and a dump truck was speeding around. Don't know if the dump truck driver didn't see the lights on the bus or whatever, but the driver made a dumb mistake that could have cost me my life. Thinking about it, my older sister was up at our driveway waiting for me. Probably would have messed her up for life. After that, the school district changed our bus routes to avoid students having to cross the road to get on or off the bus.
Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine? Like, because I feel like in any given instance where you are walking in front of a vehicle and a horn goes off, from said vehicle, especially a loud one like a truck or a bus,
Right.
you want to get really mad at whoever just did that. But then a half a second later, you're like, God damn it! And then you're like, oh, I almost died.
I know one person that ran through a fucking bus stop sign. Don't know why the fuck he did it, but they suspended his license for like a year and a half.
Good. Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. Who does that?
I don't
That's
know.
like not pulling over for like emergency service vehicles.
I also know somebody that almost did that. I was driving with one of my old friends' mom, and she was driving, music fucking blasting. I think she was talking to somebody on the phone too. Jesus. So I don't understand how the fuck all that worked. But,
no clue.
She fucking, like, I was looking back because I'm just nosy, and I was looking out the back window, and everybody was pulling over, and then the fucking ambulance just keeps coming closer and closer and closer, and we keep telling the mom, we're like, you gotta move over, and she like will not listen to us at first, and then she looks in one of her mirrors and she's like, oh, and then she turns and fucking pulls over.
One of the craziest times I've had with like traffic in an emergency service vehicle of any kind. Mm-hmm. There is, in a town near where I grew up, a one-way bridge for a main street in this town. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's in Lyons. I could be way off on that though. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I am. But there is a one-way bridge that goes through this town on one of the main roads, and it was like Easter Sunday, and I got dragged to a church, and I hated it. And after church, there's obviously lots of cars all over the fucking place. Uh-huh. And a lot of cars trying to go across this one-way bridge in both directions. So there's a massive holdup. And then a fire truck showed up with people literally trying to go across this one-way bridge in both directions at the same time already. So people have to now all back up on both sides very slowly and cautiously.
Oh my God.
And just take so much time, and it ended up trapping the fire truck there. So, like, they had no choice at that point. They're stuck as much as the rest of us are.
Right.
It was like 20 to 30 minutes before that motherfucker got to the other side of the bridge.
Holy shit.
Like, bro, that house is gone. Wherever you were going, don't worry about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they probably said that they're not taking that route anymore.
I wouldn't. Like, what the fuck? Why would you go across the one-way bridge on Easter Sunday? Are you retarded? You know, I can't wrap my head around that. Like, people not pulling over and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of times that I'm jamming out to some music and like I don't notice at first, but I'll like as soon as I do notice, I'm pulling over.
Oh yeah,
but like,
I can see that.
There was, I think it was 2-3 days ago. I was driving. I was going like 45 or 50. I was just cruising. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I didn't really notice the car in front of me move over because he was like probably like a good like 300 yards in front of me.
Yeah.
Well, that scared me.
My vape just fell.
Oof.
That was a bad time. But it'll be fine down there. He's taking a nap.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
So I don't even really notice the car pull over at first.
Where the fuck we go?
And then I get like I don't even know exactly how far. But I get pretty close to the person. I'm like, oh shit, they're pulled over, and I see a cop now.
Oh Jesus!
And I was like, ah fuck, and I slammed on my brakes a little bit, And then that, I feel like anytime after anything like that happens, or if I see a cop, I just like get super, super cautious the rest of the car ride.
Yeah. God damn it. That was my liquid for my vape. But that genuinely is fine. I'll fucking get that eventually. I got my vape. It's fine. Fucking... I just like I don't have a lot of driving experience. I just got my first car. I'm about to be 24 in like 2 months. So, you know, I don't have a whole lot of driving experience, so I've never really had to like I've been pulled over twice. Well, once, and then the other time was, you know, the accident I mentioned earlier, but other than that, you know, and it was actually really funny. I'm pretty sure it was the same cop that had pulled me over that dealt with my accident. And when he pulled me over and he saw that I only had a permit and there was nobody in the car with a license, unfortunately, there was 2 people in the car with an ounce of weed on them, so that was, nerve-wracking to say the least. As soon as we saw the lights behind us, we all lit a cigarette to cover the smell of the weed in the car. So we were smart about it, you know? So that way it smelled like cigarettes and weed.
Exactly.
Throw them off, you know? If they think you've got trash weed, they'll leave you alone.
He walks up, he's like, "Oh, that's Reggie. I'm going back to the car."
Have a good day. Y'all ain't got gas. I'm out of here.
He turns off the lights and just pulls off, and you guys are like, "What the fuck?"
Weak ass as he drives by. Fucking, he like literally. I had to get a ticket. The only reason I got pulled over was like the registration on the car I was driving was like 8 months up, and I had no fucking clue. And he was like, "Hey, I have to give you a ticket for driving out of class, but I want you to know your driving was actually really good." And then he left, and I was like, "All right, well, thanks, man." He was like, "I didn't pull you over for your driving." I was like, "I'll take it." Fucking, so yeah, do you want to move on to the next segment of Can You Believe This Shit? Because that's on you since you told the story earlier.
Yeah.
Pressure. Am I helping you think of a story? Shit, I gotta reboot them, guys. Give me a minute. I wanted to press a bunch of keys on my keyboard, but I didn't know if it would fuck with the recording, so I didn't.
No, at least you thought about that. Because
I was like, huh?
I wouldn't have, honestly.
My hands kind of froze before I even, like... The thought processed after my hands froze. I went to do it, and I was like, hey, maybe this could fuck shit up. Don't do that.
I got one for Can You Believe This Shit?
Ha! See, I knew I could buy time.
It works because of the name of our podcast.
Okay, yeah.
So, it was literally tonight, right before I got here.
Yes.
So, I went to... don't remember exactly which gas station it was. It's the one that's not Sunoco.
It's a 7-Eleven.
Never mind, then it is Sunoco that I went to first.
I was gonna say, because...
Is that the one with Tim Hortons in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I went in there. My dumb ass was literally looking for a fucking coffee machine when there's a Tim Hortons connected to it with a giant ass opening that's like leading to Tim Hortons.
Okay. I know the gas station that you're talking about very, very, very well. The giant opening, it's literally like if this gas station is like 40 feet like wide there's like a 20-foot wide opening to walk over to this fucking Tim Hortons.
And I took probably 2-3 strolls around the whole area. And then I thought about it when I was looking at the slushies because I didn't want to look like a complete idiot. So I was looking at the slushies and then I thought about it and I was like, bro, there's a fucking Tim Hortons connected to this. Why the fuck am I looking for a coffee machine? So then I had to go to the 7-Eleven to
Because the Tim Hortons is closed after like 5 or some shit.
Yeah.
Which is so lame. Because like there's gas stations around here that have, there's 2 gas stations here that have Dunkin' Donuts attached to them. And, oh no, both of those Dunkin' Donuts are open until the gas station closes at like 9 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Or they might close at like 8. So it's like, come on, what are you doing, Tim Hortons? Your coffee's better. Get it together.
Yeah.
Bro, Tim Hortons frozen hot chocolate, god tier. That shit's diabetes in a cup, but it is fucking worth it.
Their iced cappuccinos are to die for.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
They
a
make me
majority of
shit.
their coffee menu is pretty fucking solid. And their food is pretty good, too.
Bro, their hot chocolate is so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like the perfect amount of like creaminess, but the perfect amount of chocolate.
The only downside is it's always different with their hot chocolate, because sometimes you'll get it fairly watered down, and that's lame.
Yeah.
That is the other like, I will forever complain about this because it's worth complaining about, and I will die on this hill. I don't care. Don't make hot chocolate with fucking water. Stop it.
Sorry.
I understand they're a company and they want to, save a couple of bucks by not using a shit ton of milk like that, but like, come on. Make milk with hot chocolate. I'm sure if like a bunch of companies did that, it would be a problem though. So I guess I'm glad they don't.
Hot chocolate.
Take a pack, like, all I thought of was you just pull a packet of hot chocolate out of a box and it's just got little udders. And that's where chocolate milk comes from. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking, we gotta plan episodes out better in the future. This was kind of a let's just kind of go at it thing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like this will be a good one to just kind of throw out there, like,
test the waters for let's wing it at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a minute before we find out how that works out for us, because this episode's like 5 episodes deep in our recording schedule.
yeah,
But release schedule. But
it'd be like that.
yeah, I'm glad that we're ahead of the game though.
Same.
So I feel like I want to tell like a bus story, because that's what I told in the thing earlier, and like that's relatable to my childhood from the other segment we've got, where we tell stories from our lives that I'm
Genuine stupidity.
No, Genuine Stupidity is the other one that we forgot. This is the new one we've forgotten. Genuine Stupidity is the first one that we didn't announce the segment name of. This is... Yep. So
That's right.
Yes, it is. We got to get better about announcing the stuff.
We're gonna have to write it down.
Man... Then we'll forget where we wrote it down.
In the Discord chat.
True. Fucking... I went to a fairly, like, garbage school growing up. Like, the school itself is apparently, like, one of the better schools in New York State. Which I found out later on, and I was like, how? Academically, I guess it's good. Everything else about it is garbage. The people there are trash. And I had it, like, majority of the time, it was terrible, but, like, my bus, like I mentioned before, when I was younger, I used to get into fights and shit all the time on that bus. So, like, I rode the same bus for, all of like elementary and middle school. So same people for the most part. So I mostly got left alone on the bus. Like, people like knew not to fuck with me because I'd beat the shit out of you. And because the bus driver and me were cool, so I would never really get in trouble. Like, there was one time this kid was fucking with me as we were walking off of the bus, and he said something that sent me over the edge as I took a step away from the bus and he stepped off the bus behind me. I turned, grabbed him by the throat, and laid him across the hood of the bus and left him there. I looked at the bus driver. He's like, "You earned that one." And I walked away. Like, he didn't care.
That's how I would be, honestly.
Well, like, that kid did fuck with me every so often. So, like, the bus driver was like, "You usually don't do anything, and yeah, you deserve that one."
Right.
But I also had, like, a lot of good times on that bus. I also had a lot of weird times on that bus. Like, the first bus driver I ever had on that bus was when I was obviously in kindergarten into first grade. And as fucked up as this is going to sound, I feel like it's a really funny way to preface this story. It led to me at 7 years old being not only experiencing death in my life for the first time, but celebrating it, which I feel is pretty fucked up and explains a lot about me as a person now. So the bus driver I had, I've mostly only heard stories because, like, I was a little kid. I don't really remember a lot of it. There was, at one point, he dragged this one girl that I actually like. I'm still kind of friends with her as an adult. He grabbed her by her fucking ponytail and dragged her from the back of the bus all the way up to the front because she was fucking around.
What the fuck? Yeah,
dude was a psycho. And to let you know what exactly kind of a psycho he was an actual murderer.
Oh.
Yeah, he legitimately murdered a woman.
Nice.
And got someone else sent to prison for it for like 15 years.
Jesus.
And the guy was sentenced to like 17. And he managed to get himself exonerated at 15 years in imprisonment. And because he had proved his innocence, that meant my bus driver was going to jail. I can't remember his last name. I have actually looked into this, and I did talk about it on a video on my TikTok fucking forever ago. His name was Barry something. He murdered a woman, got this guy sent to prison, guy proved his innocence. He was facing going to prison for probably what would have been the rest of his miserable fucking life. And he decided to be a coward and drive his truck out onto some train tracks. And me, my brother, my sister, and my cousin, who all rode that bus, when we got news that he was dead, I vividly remember this. We literally jumped around and screamed hooray, and we were all giddy and happy as could fucking be because he was dead. That man was such a fucking asshole. To literal children. Like,
yeah.
The dude was a monster. I mean, he straight up killed a woman. I don't know the context behind the murder, but I don't know that there's a good context for it. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is, but those are usually sad contexts as well, so we're not going to talk about them here.
True.
This show is all about being silly and funny. Fuck the real world. I mean, other than that murder I just talked about.
We're all in the simulation.
Or are we?
Like, I don't know anymore.
So what stories do you have for us today, Dial Indian? It's like when you call us call center. Dial Indian. If that's a little racist, I'm sorry, but it's funny.
I drew a blank. I didn't think I was gonna have to do another story. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck the whole topic is right now.
Fucking, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pulling stuff out of my ass. I mean, it was all true, but it was pulled straight out my butthole. So, like, yeah, I believe in you. You can. What I like to do sometimes is ramble a little bit until I can get some footing and think of something that helps, at least with me. I don't know about you.
I can't ramble until I get at least one thought in my head, and I can't get one thought in my head right now.
That is completely fair. Wow, we're at 35 minutes already. I mean, if you want, we could just end it here. I mean, fuck.
I'm about to piss myself, to be honest.
That's completely fair. I'm sure that's where all your brain power is at. So.
Probably.
Like, subscribe, share, tell people about us.
Pee yourself.
Do it. I dare you.
In your bed. No, do it in your parents' car.
And
cry.
Poop in one of their shoes.
Yes. Or both.
And then blame it on the dog.
Yeah, but make it, like, super long so they know for sure it wasn't the dog.
Try and make it so it actually has to hang out of the shoe a little bit.
Yeah. Or take the shoe and then keep it for a little bit and just keep shitting in it until it's perfectly full and then put it back.
You have to, but if you're going to go that route, it has to be specifically diarrhea in the shoe. So that way it actually, like, fills up properly.
Jesus Christ, I hate that my mind just went somewhere.
After every time you diarrhea into it, you have to put it in a freezer. So that way unless you can manage to get it full in one go, which I wouldn't be overly surprised to learn that, but I feel like it's a long shot that you could pull that off. So if you could, or if you can't, put it in the freezer so it keeps in a specific shape, whether you want to keep it flat or, like, kept upright so it all just fills in the toe. Oh my god, bro. I was trying so hard not to laugh getting through that, and I'm still not done.
Oh, God.
So that way you can keep going back and being able to refill it. And then once it's full, you still have to put it back in the freezer that last time. Even if you do fill it in the first go, you have to put it in the freezer so it keeps the shape of the shoe. And then you go in to their house one time and you hide the shoe.
Oh.
You hide the shoe.
I think this is my cue for me to go outside.
The legend of the hidden Dookie shoe. Could you imagine the smell as it fucking thawed?
No, I don't.
Put it near a heat vent. Put it in a heat vent. Put it in. Oh god! Put it in one of the air intakes.
I threw up in a heat vent once.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was really sick one time, and I had 2 fans on me because my body temperature was fluctuating way too much. Excuse me. And I couldn't get past both the fans without knocking them over, and I got 3 steps off of my bed and projectile vomited inside the vent.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful.
I'm sure that was a lot of fun to clean.
Yeah. My mom said that it smelled like throw up for like a year and a half.
Dude. Oh, that's fucking vile. Yo, really quick before we actually officially end this, because we said we were going to 3 minutes ago. I heard or read this story fucking forever ago. This lady who found out her husband was cheating on her and all this shit and, like, kicked her out of the house after she found out. So before she left, she had packed all of her stuff up and was moving out the last of her stuff. She took all of the curtain rods and unscrewed the ends of them and stuffed shrimp into all of the curtain rods all around the house.
Yo.
Talk about a place you will literally never fucking check.
Oh my fuck. That's so smart.
Never. Ever would you ever think to check your fucking curtain rods for the worst smell in the world? For literal decay?
I'm gonna put bologna in somebody's fucking curtain rods.
Baloney curtains. That's like beef curtains, but like literally the worst kind. That's like
No,
old...
it's the German kind.
No, that's pocket pussies because it's not real.
Wunderbar curtains.
And it's funny because you could actually probably just cut a hole in a piece of bologna and a real like hunk of bologna and fuck it like a real pocket. You know what? That's too far.
I gotta
here.
go.
Yeah, no, we're done here. Goodbye, shared. Bye.